This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner. The Thunder finishing up with their last practice here at the Integris Health Thunder Development Center before the regular season begins. They're flying to Salt Lake City. We'll have shoot-around in Energy Solutions Arena tomorrow morning, and then the game tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz for even old salts like Nick Collison and head coach Scott Brooks. Opening night for a regular season, still very exciting. Here's the coach and Nick.
Well, Coach, as you guys get ready to start tomorrow night, what are the couple of things that you're really looking forward to get off to that good start?
I think we're all excited to play against somebody other than against each other. I think it's a great opportunity for us to start the season. We know what we have to do. We know some of our important things that we want to get accomplished. That is just continue to play hard basketball, tough basketball. I think we've accomplished that this preseason. We have a style of play that we want to show whoever we play every night.
Utah's changed so much, but you guys got a glimpse at them already. What did you see in that preseason game?
They have changed their personnel, but one of the things they do is their staple is they play hard. They play a physical style of basketball. They have two low post scorers that can offensive rebound and score at the block. And then Gordon plays hard. That guy's really improved a lot the last 3 years. He makes shots. He puts the ball on the floor. He takes it from basket to basket. We got to play defense, and we know when you're up there, you always play in front of a great crowd.
Does the continuity that you guys have help sort of the focus or locked-in mentality coming into the season at the very beginning?
Well, it's important that we continue to play our style. You know, we have a core group of guys that have had a lot of success together, but you can't just rest on that and expect that's just going to happen it's just going to continue to happen night in, night out. You have to still execute, and you have to still play for one another. But we've done a good job with that. I don't see that changing, but I like what we've done so far.
Do you still feel maybe a little extra excitement on an opening night, maybe some butterflies on opening night?
Yeah, it's a great position to be in. When you have an opportunity to coach opening night or play opening night. I've been on the outside watching games and wishing I was there as a player and as a coach, but it's a great opportunity. I don't think any of our guys take it for granted. We have a great situation with the group of guys that we have and the crowd that we have that supports us every night. But it's always opening night's a special time of the year.
Is there a part of you that's excited, maybe want to see what some of the new guys, I know you're a veteran team, but I'm assuming Steven Adams plays a little bit more because of Sheen being out and maybe Jeremy Lamb. Just see how they do in a real NBA game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what gets you excited about the potential that we have. We have a good mix of young players and veteran players, but they complement each other very well. It's going to be a great opportunity for our young guys to come in there and be part of something special. You know, we feel that we have a good group and a good team here, and they're all important. Whether you play a lot of minutes or not a lot of minutes, your job is very important to this team.
Reggie had a really good game against them in the preseason. Do you think that gives him any more confidence knowing that he's going to start the season against a team he just saw?
Well, I think Reggie's is very confident. I think that has happened over the last part of last season and all summer long, and then he came into training camp. We expect him to come in and play aggressive and be a good leader to the team that he's on the floor with. And he's done a very good job with that. I think he's ready to continue to improve and take the next step.
Scott, is the term six-man overrated at times? You guys have had good ones in the past, but there's plenty of teams that win without, they have a bench by committee, basically.
Well, it's important that we have a good bench. You can't win with just a good six-man. What makes your team is you have a good team. All guys have to participate in the team, and there's times Nick is going to have the game statistically that a lot of people look at, and there's going to be times Reggie, there's going to be times Jeremy, and so forth down the line. But we've always had a good team because we've had good guys come off the bench and that are able to defend and score.
Guys added new things to their game, Is that something that you encourage them to use during the game, or is that something that has to happen to the flow of the game?
Well, I think that's part of the art of coaching. The guys come back through the summer of hard work, of working on their game. But then you have to be able to put it in a team setting. And I'm not a believer at all. You work on your game during the game. But if those things that can help the team win and put our team in a better position to win, they can do that. But we're not a team that's going to experiment and see how guys worked on certain parts of their game all summer long. It has to help the team. And one of the things that we do, we're with our guys all summer long. So the things that they're working on are things that are going to help our team. Serge has helped put himself in a position that he's improved. I think KD's every year he's come back a better player. But I think that's all with all of our guys.
And there's much talk about Ryan Gomes preseason, but is he a guy that you look to? Because he's averaged 10 points a game in his career, so he's a proven scorer. Can he be a guy that maybe helps take up some of that slack in the bench scoring?
Well, he's a guy that we like. He's a guy that can come in. I know what he does. I've seen him for years. The minutes are probably going to fluctuate for a lot of guys on our roster, but it's the professionalism that we have to have out of Ryan, and he's been on that aspect of the game a high level.
Are you at all concerned about free throws? I mean, you've led the league the last 3 years. Harden left, you replaced him with Martin, but now Martin's left.
Well, we definitely an attack team. We want to get to the free throw line. We know when we get there we're going to make them. Martin, he's taken I think 3. So I mean he's been a high free throw shooter his entire career, but for us he wasn't that wasn't his part of his offense. But we still want to get to the free throw line. We feel that we should be able to get there 27 to 30 times.
Scott, is Durant and Westbrook, have they reached their prime?
I think they've always said between 27 to 33 you're at your best physically, mentally. I think they're definitely approaching it. Both of them will be better players. Statistically, that's going to be hard to improve, but just from a better understanding of the game, of the knowledge of the league, I think they're really close to being in it.
How, apart from statistically, in what ways can they improve? You said physically and mentally. What can a couple guys like that, if their numbers aren't, in other words, better, what are the signs that their game is better?
I think the biggest sign is that you see the game at a slower pace. The game doesn't slow down, but your thinking slows down. It really helps. Kevin has really done a great job with that the last couple of years. He's seen so many different defenses thrown at him, and we've done a good job he's done a good job of understanding where it's coming from and how they're trying to stop him and figuring out ways. But I think the main thing, and it's happened the last 3 years, and I think they have to continue, is make their teammates better. That's what the great ones do, and that's what the special players do, and those two guys are special players, and I think they make our team better and they make each other better by continuing to compete. But I think that's some of the biggest improvement they've made the last couple of years.
With losing a little of the offensive productivity that you lost off last season, how realistic is it to expect Durant and Westbrook to make some of that up, have better numbers than they did a year ago?
I don't know about the numbers. I don't know. That's going to be, like I said, Kevin was basically one of the league leaders in scoring. Russell's right there top, 5 or 6. But it's how we score, I think, has improved the last couple of years. Other guys getting involved. But the pressure is always trying to find a good shot. And we feel if we can find good shots, our guys are going to step up and make those. But from a statistic point of view, it's going to be hard for those guys to increase their scoring.
Well, Nick, we talked to you guys all training camp about how you wanted to improve. So going into the first game, what is your focus? Because you've done this several years.
We're trying to be as good as we can be tomorrow night. We've put in a lot of work. I think this season needs to be a season where we really need to improve as the year goes on. So we'll bring everything we have tomorrow, and hopefully who we are tomorrow will be a different team later in the year, a better team later in the year.
We talk about Utah and just even though they've kind of changed up their roster, well, totally changed up their roster, just the challenges that they pose because they still have some talent there.
Yeah, they're good inside. They're going to play physical. They're going to cut hard and they're going to execute. That's what their teams always do. So it's always a tough test when you play them, especially in their building.
This team's always talked about not taking anything for granted. Does the beginning of a new season kind of heighten that feeling?
Yeah, I think the season's finally here. We've been waiting for it for a long time. And the games count, but each day in practice and camp, we've looked at it as a day we need to use and get something out of. So that's one good thing about where we've been is we've seen the benefit of putting in the work each day, and we're going to continue to do that this year.
Nick, they've really been good running at home. With their changeover, do you expect them to really try and manage the tempo and slow the pace tomorrow night?
I'm not sure. I think they still like to push the ball and see what they can get. And if they can't get anything right away, they get right into their offense, right into their sets. And they've always been a team that tries to get the ball to the front of the rim, whether it's a post-up or cuts. But they try to get the ball inside, and they try to get to the foul line. And they're going to do more of the same. It's always a physical team. You can't walk into that game trying to feel your way out. You got to be ready to go from the jump because they like to cut and be the more physical team.
Nick, is the term six-man overrated at all? I mean, you guys have had it in the past, but there's plenty of good teams that win without a go-to guy off the bench, more of a committee.
Yeah, there's different ways to win for different teams, and I think for us, we have to play with the team we got, and we like our team that we got, and we got to make this group work and get better with this group. And then, like I said, this is a year where we have some new guys that are going to play, so we have to really just continue to build and hopefully become a much better team as the year goes on.
Nick, have you found yourself maybe trying to or being more aggressive when you're in there with some of those younger guys? Do you even notice that maybe you are?
I'm trying to look for opportunities to score. It's a good shot for our team when I'm on the court, and I'm trying to do a lot of things out there, trying to help guys get in the right spot, trying to make the offense run smoother. But yeah, I want to be aggressive, and if I have opportunity to score, if it's a good shot for us, we need to take it. And I think that's good offense. If you pass up good shots, you don't always get a better one. So that's my mindset. I'm trying to look for opportunities.
Is that because, last year when Kevin Martin came in, he was an established veteran. Now you got some younger guys, maybe that you feel you have to do that this year?
I don't necessarily feel a lot of pressure to score a ton of points. I'm never going to do that. It's just I'm not a good enough scorer to really do that. To all of a sudden come out and try to score 15 points a game is probably not going to happen. But I do think that, like I just said, when you get a shot out of the offense, you need to take it. And we don't have necessarily a guy that can just create offense for us. So we have to flow into things, execute our sets, and when the shot's there, we got to take it. All of us, all five of us.
With Hashim being out for this game, Steven Adams presumably will get a lot of minutes at center. Do you say anything to him about the differences in the regular season versus the preseason, or just let things happen as they do?
No, he's got a good mindset. I think he'll be fine. He might be a little nervous, but that's natural. But he's got a great demeanor, and I'm not worried about how he'll do. I think he'll play great. I think they'll ever want to have a little butterflies at the beginning of the game. That's usually how it goes, but usually things calm down after the first quarter or so, and then it's just basketball.
Compared to last year's bench unit, where does this team better, where is they worse in those areas?
Well, it's early in the year, so we're not where we're going to be later in the year, and for us, that's all we're worried about is how are we going to play and play well with that group. We want to be able to keep leads or extend leads when we're in the game. That's how I feel like we're either doing well or we're not doing well as a team. So however we get that done, that's what we have to figure out as the season goes on. We've done some work in training camp. We got a much better idea now than we did October 1st, and we'll just keep pushing that way.
Was there a best costume contest at your party?
No, there should have been, though. I think
Everybody
Serge.
liked
I think
yours. Oh, you like
mine
Serge's?
was good. I think Serge's was probably better. I think he had his custom made, so he really went all out. Because I know he couldn't find that to fit him somewhere, at one of those costume stores. So Yeah, I'd probably give him the vote.
Brooks liked yours best. He said he didn't recognize you.
Yeah, the bald cap does wonders. So it was fun.
Will you watch games tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch them. It's fun to have the NBA back, and it'd be exciting to watch. Like most NBA fans, we're excited to watch the games.
Thanks, Nick.
Durant and Westbrook haven't reached their prime theoretically, just still 25. How feasible is it for them to keep getting better, though? I mean, they've reached a pretty high level.
Yeah, no, I think they can, and I think a lot of what we do as a team is going to help those guys. If we can do a better job of playing playing at a higher level as a team, it's going to make the game a lot easier for those guys. We've relied on those guys to do a lot individually, and if we can, them included, if we can embrace really trying to execute our offense better, getting things out of the offense, they're going to get a lot more things that are going to come a lot more easier, and then they're still going to have the ability to use their talents to take guys one-on-one. But I think that's the big key is collectively, if we can all play a better brand of basketball, we're going to see even more out of those guys. So that's what we're pushing for.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
After the game in Utah, the Thunder will fly on to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves before coming back here to do a little practicing on Saturday and then get ready for the home opener Sunday night against the Phoenix Suns. We'll be with you the entire way, so check us out for updates right here on ThunderGameReport.com.